Scene 6, Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club sat at the corner of Jackson and Elm Street. It was an old brick building with a faded blue sign. It used to be a church back in the day. Mitch was catching a ride from over north and was going to meet us there. When we was 11, we found out Mitch was our blood cousin. Our grandmother and his great-grandfather were brother and sister. By that point, it really didn't matter. We had fought together, gotten in trouble together, and built loyalty the hard way. Finding out we were actually family just made it official. No wonder the bond felt natural. Mitch lived with his mom, cousin Angie, and his little brother Kai. Angie was no joke. She had that voice that could cut through a gym full of screaming kids. It was many a day she had to embarrass Mitch picking him up from the club, pulling up, calling his full government name. It always made me feel bad, because 9 times out of 10, we were the reason he was into what he was into. Back then it felt like fun, but looking back, we were definitely bad influence. Kai, on the other hand, was super chill for a kid. He loved Angie to death and was your typical mama's boy. He would come to the Boys and Girls Club, but most of the time he just wanted to stay with Angie. She stayed running us out our house for messing with Kai. We thought it was funny to get her cussing and chasing us out of there. At that age, everything was a game to us. Today was the last Saturday of the Boys and Girls Club before the summer camp started. The building felt louder than usual, like everybody could sense freedom was around the corner. During the school year, the club would open from 10 to 4 on Saturdays. During the summer, they would run a summer camp from Monday to Friday. Unless you were in the summer camp, you weren't allowed in the club during the summer. Our parents signed us up for summer camp, but we had another idea for the summer. Our plan was simple. CeeLo lived a few blocks from the club on Harrison Street in between Reed and Chestnut. We would get dropped off at the club and meet up at CeeLo's house every day. We knew Aunt Jackie would be working and Sia would be at the club. We would chill all day and make it back to the club by 3:30, 4 o'clock to be picked up by our parents. On paper, it sounded genius. Our only issue was getting dropped off. Our parents waited for us to go inside the club before pulling off. Once you were inside the club, staff rarely let you walk out without supervision. Lucky for us, our boy Mr. Andre was a staff member at the front desk when we walked in. Mr. Andre was a staff member that we all respected. He wasn't the type to yell for no reason. He talked to us like we had sense, but he also knew exactly what kind of kids we were. Mitch and I had talked to him about our plan, and he was willing to turn a blind eye to us cutting out. That should have been a red flag. When adults decided not to see something, it usually means they know more than they're saying. He made it clear to us, though. If y'all not back here on time, I'm throwing y'all under the bus. No smiling, no joking tone, just a straight face with terms and conditions. In hindsight, we had a lot more to worry about than that. Our immaturity overlooked the fact that a total of about 15 of our family members were in the summer camp. Cousins off my dad's side attended, cousins off CeeLo's side, and one of Mitch's uncles even worked at the club as a janitor. Either way, we had our plan and was determined to enjoy our last summer before high school in style. In our minds, this was freedom. We just didn't realize freedom without supervision can turn into something else real quick. Scene 7, Before the Wait. We thought we had the whole summer figured out. No camp, no supervision, just us, the city, and time to burn. At that age, freedom felt harmless. We didn't know how close we were to the edge. or that every plan we made that summer was really practice for bigger decisions. Back then, Wilmington felt small enough to conquer, but big enough to disappear in. Family felt like protection, not pressure. The streets felt like our playground, not something waiting to collect. But looking back now, that was the moment everything locked into place. The family, the city, the paths we didn't know we were already choosing. The summer wasn't the beginning of the story. It was the last moment before the weight showed up. And none of us felt it yet. That summer didn't teach us how to live. It showed us how we'd eventually be separated.